All right, this is an experiment episode. Get this. What is this? Episode 11, 12, 12? This is an experiment, episode 12. Today is Saturday, August 14th, 3:12 a.m. I was laying in bed. My mind was kind of wandering, like going around, as does happen. Trying to think about what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life. It's that existential crisis every 3 to 5. But that, I swear, it's like that's really what it is. It's like it hits Monday. It's like fuck yeah, let's go, let's get it, let's kill the week. And then like Friday comes around, and it's like God, what am I doing with my life? And then Monday comes around and it's the same shit all over. It's like new day, like Monday, fresh week, fresh start. Let's fucking go, fam. And then it's like you get by the time Friday comes around, it's like I just like don't even know if I want to do this anymore. That's the that's the that's the constant like thing. Anyway, I digress. I was laying in bed and I realized that I hadn't done an episode of this for a while. By for a while, I mean like 3 days. And I was like, well, it seems like I'm getting, and I thought that the last couple nights I thought, oh, I haven't done an episode of This Is an Experiment for a couple days. And my mind is wandering. And last time my mind was wandering and I hadn't done an episode for a couple days. I did an episode and then I felt better. So when I rant to the camera for a little bit, I guess I feel better. And so that's why I'm here, kind of. Um, it's crunch time, you know? It's crunch time. Like, shit or get off the pot. The thing is, I want to shit, but I'm constipated. Not like literally, okay? Not literally. It's like the money isn't consistent. And that's a problem. I mean, a business without cash flow isn't a business. It's true. Um, the easy thing to do in this position, the easy thought process to have is people aren't paying me, so I must not be good at what I do, which isn't true because the people that actually hire me get insane value out of hiring me. Let me start asking, okay, so what's off? What's the missing link? Well, one of them is a clear and concise offer that I'm working on. The other one is a clear and concise marketing strategy, which I'm working on. Oh, I'm working on. Um, the other part is converting leads into clients. We talk about the customer journey, right? Starts with someone that doesn't know you, and then someone that knows you but doesn't know if they should hire you. Someone that's interested in maybe hiring you but hasn't gotten there. Someone that actually does hire you and then go on to be your client, right? That's kind of the process that everything goes in. But man, I just like I get hung up because I find myself like I look at so many different people and like the skill sets that they have. And I'm like, if I had that skill set, I would be making so much money because I could sell it. And the skill set that I have is critical thinking. How do you sell critical thinking? How do you sell critical thinking? How do you show someone the value of it? How do you take someone that doesn't know how to think critically and then show them the value of critical thinking without, I mean, I don't know. I saw a meme the other day or something like that. It was like, it said something to the effect of, next time you feel like you're dumb, think about my friend that, just discharging all this energy. Think about it said something to the effect of, next time you feel like you're dumb, think about my friend that went to see a psychiatrist because she was hearing a voice in her head and didn't realize that it was just herself thinking. And I was like in that's a greater, like, that says a greater thing about society, of this idea that, like, thinking isn't a thing, or like thinking that, like, the joke is that she thought that she was the only person, that was thinking, that had a inner monologue, right? What's my skill set? Critical thinking, showing other people how they're not thinking critically. Logic, ration, reason. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, too. Critical thinking only gets you so far. And sometimes critical thinking is the thing that holds you back. Sometimes critical thinking is the thing that holds you back because you start just thinking too much. It's like, stop thinking about shit, just do it. So discerning when and when not to do that is the important thing. Yeah. As I say that, one of the things that was processing through my mind is, am I overthinking everything that I do now? Maybe. Here's the thing. This is like the human the human experience is inherently paradoxical and contradictory and hypocritical. Like, it's, be honest but not too honest. Be authentic but not too authentic. Be open but not too open. Think critically but not too much. Think things through but don't overthink them. It's like, it is. It's paradoxical. There's no way you can ever really get around it. One of the things that teaching people about the negative self-talk, negative chatter, you know, little voices telling you that you can't do something, and self-defeating talk and all of that. It's important. It is. Um, but being honest about those situations is equally important. It's not about shushing the mind chatter. It's about the discernment of knowing which voices to listen to, right? Mm. I'm going to write that down because here's the thing we have uh, all of these thoughts floating through our head, and they all say different things, right? All of the thoughts of the big, huge dream, the massive success that would be so great and awesome to have in the future. And then all of the thoughts that are, why you can't have it and how you're going to fail and telling you to stop doing it and you shouldn't do it anymore and all this, that, and the other thing. Um, wow, when did I shrink? Well, kind of. I hopped timelines. What's the first timeline I hopped was right at the beginning of COVID. Now that I think about it, interesting. I hopped timelines. I um, made significant shifts in my life and what it looked like and my sense of home and everything like that and family and it's interesting. We have all these voices that tell us what we can and cannot do, what we think are possible. We have all of these beliefs that are in place. And one of the things, I've talked about this before and I'm probably going to talk about it again. We talk about these limiting beliefs, the beliefs of what you are and are not capable of achieving. And there's this kind of thing where it's like unlimit all the limiting beliefs. But some of those beliefs, like they're there for a reason. They're there for a reason. They don't need to be unlimited. You know, self-deluding yourself into a false reality. That's what so many people do. Thinking that they're going to be one of the statistics. I don't it's here's my huge thing. I picked the absolute worst time. I picked the worst time to do this coaching thing. Or the worst time. If I'd done it a year before COVID happened, or maybe tried to after. Because here's what happened: COVID hit. A shit ton of people lost their jobs. Well, shit, I don't know what else I can do. Well, here's an ad that says that I can go and coach somebody and teach them something and I can make money for it. Not only can I make money, I can charge a high ticket fee, right? Cool, makes sense. It's a thing. High ticket coaching is real and sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's not. And so this industry was flooded with people that don't really know what they're talking about. And then a bunch of people buy, get fucked, don't have any money. I don't know. And it's like it is. It's like this micro economy within the greater economy. Inside this online coaching space, there's like the, top 10% that are making, 80% of the income. And then the bottom 90% are making the other 20. It's or like the top 20% of people are making the top 80 or 80% of the money. That's, or I don't know. I'd have to crunch number. I don't know what the actual statistics are. Um, but anyway, so no, like, I don't want to say no one wants to buy a coach, but I mean, it's hard. Of course it's hard. It's not supposed to be easy. I get that. I know. But entering at the same time that all of the hucksters and the hacks did it, another time probably would have been better. Here's the thing is I feel like on the one hand I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, and the reason I don't want to say it is because by saying it, it creates it and it makes it real. It's floating around up in my mind, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to believe that reality yet. I don't, it's crunch time, but it's not over yet. And I am kind of on like in like Hail Mary mode, where it's like shit's either going to come together or it's going to come together. Oh, keep those negative voices out for now, eh? It's either going to come together or it's going to come together. It has to. It has to. It has to come together. It's time. It's time for me to shine, baby. I want to help people. I know I can help people. How do I help them? What's the best way to help them? I'm going to make a killer 4-week course. That's what I'll do. I'll take it 4 weeks, 28 days, one video every day with a piece of homework. I can do that. I can do that. 28 days, 28 videos. Sell it like there's no tomorrow. Something that's low enough ticket that someone will buy it, I guess. I don't know. I don't do that quite yet, but One of the things I think is interesting about self-development and, mindset is like people always want it until they don't. Self-development is all fun and games until it's not fun and games anymore. I was saying earlier today that um, if your self development, if your personal improvement is light, fluffy, and feel good, then you're doing it the wrong way. It's not supposed to be light, fluffy, feel good, and fun. On the other side, it's awesome, but in the middle, it's messy and it sucks and it's gross. You know what I think? One of the things I've been thinking about kind of a lot recently, not thinking about, reflecting on, is this kind of like, it is the fear of failure, not the fear of success, but the fear of failure. The fear of failure, not in I'm afraid of failing. Um, it's the fear of what it says about me for moving on. Like in the instance that I do this and I do this and I just can't make it work for whatever reason, and I just go back to whatever I can't, the idea of doing that, it like destroys me. Going back to working a job where I I can't go back. No way. Not because I don't want to work for someone else. Not because it's, not enough money. Not because I give up my time, but I mean, yeah, but it's more of just I want to make a difference in people's lives. I don't just want to make them feel good. I want to push them and hold their hand through the messy shit. Because it's not about accountability at that point. Because it's like if someone wants to go through the messy shit, someone wants to go through the messy shit, but it's like going through it alone is fucking hard. A little bit easier when you have someone there to lean on, to hold your hand through the process, hold space, be there to support you. I like being that person. I like being able to do that for people. I like being able to do that. Being able to talk to someone, ask them questions, and then at the end of it, they understand themselves better. more clarity about who they are and what they want. I go, what I'm afraid, what I'm afraid of is that if it doesn't work out and I have to go back to the life of a normie, I'm not going to get another chance to do this. I'm afraid that I'm going to get sucked back into a life of mediocrity, which is not what I'm meant for. At all. I thought about it. I was like, what if I go get a job, Taco Bell, to pull in a couple bucks in the meantime? If I work 40 hours a week at Taco Bell, making $10 an hour, it's $400 a week, $1,600 a month. Like, it's just like, it's nothing. And like, two things. I don't know how people live on that money. They can't. Second thing is, how do companies get away with paying people that little? I sleep at night. Well, I sleep at night on a very comfortable and very expensive mattress. I know, because I would. Whoever owns that Taco Bell franchise, I'm paying them above minimum wage. I'm doing my thing. It's $1,600 a month for 160 hours of work. That would have been easier math to do. $10 an hour, 40 hours a week times 4 weeks, 160 hours, $1,600 a month. For 160 hours of work, $1,600. Man, it's just nothing. I mean, it's not nothing, but it's like it's hard to get out of that because you don't have any time. Wake up, you go to work, get off work, tired, relax, go to bed, wake up, I've done it. It sucks. My challenge is showing people that I'm the real fucking deal. In a sea of charlatans, I'm the real deal. How do I do that? Coach people. How do I get people to let me coach them? Ask them. I've been doing that. Let me give myself credit for the things that I'm doing right. I'm sitting here. Look, when we talk about looking in the mirror, this is why I have to do this stuff. Because this is what's happening right now. Let me explain how this shit works to imaginary future audience that may happen to watch this. David, you're the mindset guy. And you're sitting in your own pity party of all the... Yeah, I know I'm doing that. That's the whole point. It's the mirror exercise. Look, this is... People say, it's like don't acknowledge all the negative stuff or whatever. Don't pay attention, and it's true. Yeah, where you place your mind is where you place your energy. Until you course correct it. That's what the mirror is about, is being able to see where things are going and redirecting the energy, right? Think about it this way. Use my license because we're gonna pretend like this is a mirror, right? We're gonna pretend this is a mirror. Oh my gosh, my camera's blurring out. I wish I had a better way of demonstrating this. But we're gonna pretend this is a mirror. And we're going to pretend. Whoa. So this is, so where your mind is where you place your energy, right? Where you place your mind, where you place your attention is where you place your energy, right? So let's say that my energy is going over here. So we've got my mind and we've got my pity party. My mind is going to my pity party. So my energy is going to my pity party. But if you self-correct, so we've got this, we put the mirror up here. What it does is it stops. This is like the course correction, right? I've got me, and I'm focusing all my attention over there on the pity party of all this shit. And then I can take that and be like, bam, bounce back at me. Let that energy that's going that way, it's like, oh, I realize pity party, let it come back at me, right? How do you use mirrors? How do you use mirrors to improve yourself? How do you use mirrors to protect your energy? Like, self-analysis, critical thinking of who you are and how you exist in the world. Because in this, look, some of the stuff that I talk about is incredibly counterintuitive in certain regards, and it's like unique and of its own. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Ignore all of the bad shit. No. Don't ignore it. Acknowledge it. Actually acknowledge it. Be like, hey, I recognize you. And now that I recognize you and I say these are all of the thoughts, let me say, okay, this is what's actually going on here, right? You can't analyze something if you don't know what it is. You can't analyze the negative and how that's impacting you unless you acknowledge what it is. You try to pretend like the world is, unicorn farts and shit, and it's just, it's all good. No, it's not. No, it's not. Fucking deluding yourself if you think that it is. There's anything wrong with that, I suppose, but get real. I feel like if people create their own problems, and one of the ways that they do that is deluding themselves into believing things that are not true in so many different regards. Thinking that they're capable of doing something that they're not. We want to hold space for people to succeed. But here's the thing is that some people aren't holding enough space. I'm not saying limit. I'm not saying don't tell people that they can't do things. Don't get me wrong here. But, for example, someone that has never exercised before or doesn't exercise, first thing you're going to teach them to do is a handstand. No, it's not the first thing you teach someone to do with exercise is a handstand. You gotta get the mobility figured out first. Mobility, get some fundamental strength built up. You don't even have to lose weight or anything. It's just, it's not even necessarily even a part of, weight or body size, but someone that has no physical fitness at all, you're not going to start teaching them how to do a handstand. You have to get the fundamentals in place, right? And one of the things that I see happening is people not holding space for the fundamentals of the fundamentals. Instead of meeting people where they're at, they say everybody is on their own journey and they're in different places. And this system will work for you regardless where you're at. Just follow it. For people farther behind, it might take more time. But it doesn't quite work that way. It doesn't work that way. Let's create an example here. Let's create an example. Maybe we won't create an example. I forgot what I was talking about. I've been doing this for 40 minutes and I wasn't even planning on it. Fucking brain dump over. I got to go to bed. It's almost 4 in the morning. This has been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. Today is August 14th at 3:50 a.m. This is an experiment, episode 12. Peace out, bitches. I'm going to bed.